Oh, snap, folks. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for a new Marvel Snap season preview. And that's not all. We've got a new OTA, or over the air update, that just dropped as well. So we've got a whole bunch of information to go through. So we'll look at it in the game, and then also we've got the season preview. But I just saw the trailer for this new season, Guardians Greatest Hits Volume 2, and I gotta say, it's looking pretty banging. So, let's get started with that. So, of course, you got your web shop stuff, which, let's be real, I'm sure not everybody's gonna care about. But let's take a look at all the stuff you get in the Season Pass. So, we got these really cool card backs. This Guardians card back. I'm gonna guess that maybe this one's part of the free pass, and then this one is probably gonna be for the super premium pass. But again, we don't know for sure. And then we got this Star-Lord variant. I'm assuming that's the base version. Yes, that's the base version, and then this right here. Ooh, that's for I think it's Magus or Magus. I think it's Magus. I'll have to rewatch that. But we'll go with Magus because that's how you pronounced it. Ben Brode pronounced it in the video. But yeah, this is the variant for Star-Lord, Master of the Sun. This dude looks pretty good. But here it is. This season's Premium Pass card is none other than Star-Lord, Master of the Sun. He creates stellar energy to create powerful, flexible plays that reward timing and precision. Those who channel his energy become legends. Purchase the Super Premium Season Pass, and you'll obtain the Magus variant from Vincenzo Riccardi? I don't know how to pronounce that. But anyways, we've got Star-Lord, Master of the Sun. He's a Series 5 card. In the Premium Pass, he's a 4-cost 5-power card that reads, on reveal, next turn you get +1 energy for each turn you've ended with unspent energy. This gains that much power. Okay, so there is clearly a lot going on. I'm going to try to break this ability down to try to make it more accessible to new viewers. But essentially, it's like, okay, so let's say you play this dude on turn 4, right? Depending on the amount of energy that you have left over, that's going to contribute into like the following turn, right? So let's say on turn 2, you only played a 1-cost card, leaving you 1 energy left over. And then maybe on turn 2, you only play, turn 3, you only end up playing a 1-cost card, another 1-cost card again, leaving you with an extra. Or maybe you don't. Let's say maybe you don't. Maybe you don't play anything on turn 3, right? So you basically have +3 energy left over, meaning you'll have up to +4 energy. On that next turn, you will end up getting +4. So 5 + 4, that's 9. So 9 total energy. That's kind of the way I'm kind of looking at this. And he also gains that power. So since you have +5 power, since his base is 5 power, and then you add the extra the extra 9 energy to it. That's what, 14 power? Yeah, 14 power. At least that's the way I look at it. I'm going to have to play with this dude to really see how it works. Now we got the Super Premium Pass card, which, I don't know. I bought the Super Premium Pass this season, so I might skip on it. But his ability does look pretty broken, though. Activate. Activate the text, or copy the text of a character in your deck with cost equal to your unspent energy without using it on reveal. So, basically, the way this card works is, so let's say, oh yeah, he's a 3 cost 5. So the way Magus works is, so let's say you play him on 3, you maybe activate him on 4, and you have unspent energy. Hold on. Yeah, this one's really complex. So, you play him on turn 3, then on turn 4, you can activate him, and let's say maybe, or no, hold on. Unless, I'm trying to figure out how I could explain this, because even this card has a lot of complex text to it. But okay, hold on. I got it. So you play him on turn 3, and then on turn 4, you activate his ability, but you don't play out any card during the turn, right? What will happen is, he's going to copy the text of that 4-cost card. Right? So maybe it's an Ares, maybe it's I don't know, Typhoid Mary, or no, because that's to be on reveal. So an Ares, a Shuri, a Jubilee, stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like with his ability, it might take a little bit of, again, more discovering and more figuring out, but he looks like he could be interesting. So that's the Super Premium. And then now we're going on to the other remaining 4 cards for the Series 5s in the Collector's Pack, or Seasonal Pack, which I'm going to have to save my tokens, because I want to try to be able to get mostly this character right here, Moondragon. So we got Moondragon coming out on February 3rd. Drax, Avatar of Life, on February 10th. On the 17th, we got Kraglin. And then on the 24th, we've got Jack Flag. So those are all of our Series 5 cards. And then we also got some Series 4 cards as well. So let's start with the first Series 5 card, Moondragon. So she is a 2-cost, 2-power card that reads, end of turn, plus 2 power if you played 1 card this turn and spent all of your energy. So essentially, if you have her available to play on turn 2, and you play her on exactly turn 2, she's going to get that additional power. So she'll go up to 4. And then the same thing is, you play a 3-cost card on turn 3, that's another 2 costs. So she's now a 6. Turn 4, you play a 4-cost card, that's an 8. Turn 5, you see where this is going? Or maybe you'll have something like Elysium, which is a location that shrinks, that makes all your cards cost 1 less, or makes them cheaper. You play her on turn 1, you're essentially getting a freaking budget play right off the rip. So she'll start at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 power. But if you play her on turn 2, and then you layer on 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which is still pretty good. But that's if you play one card and you spend all of your energy. So this I could see fitting in a lot of different decks. Like this one I can kind of see fitting in a lot of different decks. In fact, one of the combos that I feel like might benefit from this particular card that might pair well with this card's ability. Let me find them. Oh, here it is. We'll go through all of this after. For now, let me show you guys. Let me go ahead and go. Oops. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. He is a 3. Let's see. Where? Electro. Because think about it. Right? So you play. So maybe you play Moondragon. Then you play Electro, right? And then you play your other cards out. You're still going to get... You're going to get +1 max energy, but then you're also only going to be able to play out one card. So you can still take advantage of that ability, right? This could be a really good hit. And then if you have something like Aurora, because she's an end of turn, but or Fantasticar. No, Fantasticar is perfect for that. That's another good synergy. Since she's end of turn, you can essentially give her even more power with Fantasticar's ability. For the next Series 5 card, we've got 3 more to go. We've got Drax, Avatar of Life. End of turn, so another end of turn card. +3 power if your opponent played a card with greater power this turn. Move to that card if you'd be winning its location. So essentially what this means is like let's say your opponent plays you played like a card with +2 power that only has 2 power, and then your opponent plays one with +4. What this means is he will gain the additional 3 power. So he's a 3/4. So he becomes a 3/7. So he'll gain the +3 power if your opponent played a card that has more. So again, let's say you play So if you played a 2-cost card or a 2-power card and your opponent played like a 4, he is going to gain that power. He's going to gain that +3 power, and then move to that card if you'd be winning that location. This, I feel like the first half of his text, I think, is going to be really good. His other half of the text, I feel like, is going to be really tricky. Because you're going to have to rely on winning. You got to make sure you're winning locations for his ability to actually be good. And then that also can be said with this top half too, where you do need to rely on your opponent playing higher power cards, right? So maybe, hold on. Maybe this is where cards like Red Skull can kind of come in clutch. Purposely, right? You purposely give it your cards. See, this is the one case where I think Red Skull could actually be kind of peak, where you play down You play Red Skull, and he's going to buff up your opponent's cards, right? This is going to give Drax that upper edge. So I actually feel like maybe this card might be pretty good. Now I got Kraglin. This dude is a 3-3. Sorry, guys. He's a 3-3 power card that reads, on reveal, banish the top card of your deck. If it was a 4-cost or higher, +2 energy next turn. If +2 energy this turn. Next turn. Otherwise, give this +4 power. So he becomes a 4/7 if it's not a higher costed card. This one for me, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. His ability sounds really sick, but it's like, the thing that I'm trying to figure out is like use case scenarios. Like, why would you want to banish? I mean, unless it's like a Typhoid Mary, or maybe it's like a Typhoid Mary, a Red Skull, and I don't know, maybe something else that's higher. A Typhoid Mary, a Red Skull, and I don't know, like an Orca or something. I can't think of another 6. Banish the Zombie Galacti? Maybe? I don't know, but it's like, the +2 energy is pretty good, but it's like, I don't really see myself using this in a lot of scenarios. But I do like the idea for this card. It's cool. Now we've got the last Series 5 card, Jack Flag. Look at this dude. Look at how crazy he looks with his hair and everything. Got the red, white, and blue going. This dude is like absolutely crazy. So he has an ongoing ability. It's been a while since we've seen like a card with a good ongoing ability. Ongoing, your cards here with increased power have +2 power. So think about it. You have a lot of cards. You have Maverick. You have Maverick. You have Majestic Wingbeat. Well, no, because Majestic Wingbeat's a skill. But you have cards like Maverick who could benefit from this. Who else would be a really solid hit? There's like a whole bunch of good cards that could probably be. Oh, Zombie Galacti. Because think about it. I mean, as long as he's not affected by Zombie Galacti, if you have this guy in the location where all of the copies are, they're going to gain power. They're going to be gaining power. Like, that's huge. And then, because he's a another 3-cost card. Oh my god, there's so many 3s this season. During Weapon X, there was like so many 2s. This season, it feels like they're like 2 costs. This season, there's a lot of 3 costs. So it's like, dang. But it's like, man, you play him on 3, and then you play Maverick on 4. You wait. Or maybe you want to try to get him in early. I don't know. I don't know the best approach for this, but either way, as long as your cards have increased power. Oh, but it's just one location, though. Your cards here, so it's not all of your cards. It's just in that one location. So you might want to play this with like a Maverick, right? Maybe. Or if you're playing like with Clea. Because Clea, if she gains permanent power, he could increase that, and she could keep giving out the Flames of the Faltine, I think it is. It's like that spell card. I have the card. I'll show you guys. I'm talking about. Guess I'm gonna have to go through all of this. I mean, I could probably just back out of that and because they have it on the website too, so we could just go through there. But the one I'm talking about is variants off. There we go. It's this one here, Clea. So think about it. If Clea is already buffed up from like Maverick, or from like another, from like a location, another card, if it's permanent, with Jack Flag, she's gonna keep spitting them out. Keep spitting out the Flames of Faltine. So there's like this card I could see fitting in a lot of different decks. In particular, like ongoing decks. Oh, you know what? The Horde cards are actually going to benefit from this. Because when you're playing like the Zombie Scarlet Witch and Zombie Mr. Fantastic, the Hunger, Zombie Sentry, every time you play those cards, the Horde is going to keep getting stronger. And since that card's going to have increased, the Zombie Horde's going to have increased power, this dude's going to help that even further. So the Horde mechanic is going to get a little bit of love too. So, man, this card might be my favorite Series 5. So, I think if I were to try to go for two specific ones for this season, I think it's between... It's tough because I feel like Moondragon is probably going to be the one I want to try to go for right off the rip. And then same for Drax. Although I am skeptical about it, like the whole moving aspect. So I think, yeah, for sure, the first card I want to try to go for is Moondragon. And then also the next one would for sure be Jack Flag. And now we've got the two Series 4 cards, and these both will be coming out during limited time events. So, Sanctum Showdown in Grand Arena. So, first up, we've got Major Victory, and then we got Starhawk. So, we'll go through both of those. Major Victory is coming out in Grand Arena on February 12th, which... I don't know. They've been kind of lacking when it comes to they haven't really been consistent. They had to push Sanctum Showdown back, and I think they did the same for, what was the other one? Was it Grand Arena? Was it the same thing? Oh no, it was High Voltage Overdrive. I think they did the same thing for High Voltage, which I don't know how I feel about that, y'all. Gonna be honest. But then we have the Starhawk, February 26th. So now we're getting into the new Series 4 components. So this is Major Victory. Another 3-cost card. A 3-cost 4-power card that reads on review. Add 2 members of the Guardians to your hand. Eligible Guardians. Star-Lord, Rocket, Raccoon, Groot, Drax, Gamora, and Mantis. Why not Nebula? Isn't she technically part of the Guardians? I guess they're not really counting her. Okay. I mean, deck application, I feel like this is going to be the trickiest. I mean, of course I'm still going to try to go for him. Or I don't know, maybe I might even just buy the event pass and call it a day. For this dude. I'll buy the event pass for this dude, and maybe for this Starhawk, I might try to grind for him. But we'll start with this dude for now. So, you are getting 2. It's kind of like an Infinity Ultron situation where he adds 2 cards. But I guess what I like about this one is that you're not forced to play them on turn 6. You kind of have an option. So you could get Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon. Or you could get Groot and Gamora. Mantis and Drax. Or Star-Lord and Drax. You never know. Or you could get Rocket and Groot. A little bit of a synergy there. All of these cards you do need to predict your opponent's plays, though. So, I don't know. I don't know how this one's going to play out. But he might be a little bit of a heater. I don't know. But man, I do like this card the way it looks. And now we have Starhawk. Limited time event series 4. So this dude will be coming out in what is it? Sanctum? Yes, Sanctum. So he is a 2-cost, 2-power card that reads, on reveal, on odd turns, give your cards at the left location +1. On even turns, give to the right. I do like this ability, but it is an on-reveal, though. And plus, it's on both odd and even. So maybe... I mean, he's a 2, so maybe if you're playing this with Dragon of the Moon, right? You play this dude out on... Maybe you played this dude out on 2. Oh no, but Dragon of the Moon has to be on the board. Who would benefit from this? Clea? Because I think I did see them using Clea with this, so I could see that being kind of a good play. I'm curious to see how these are both going to go. And then, new to Snap Packs, so on February 3rd, Shulao, the Season Series 5, and then on the 12th, we'll be getting Dragon Lord. So, for those of you who didn't get the Super Premium, or the Premium Pass this season, you'll be able to get to experience Shulao next season. However, he did get a change. I am saying that now, and we'll cover that afterwards. But as far as new locations, we got 2. Proscenium cards review here with +2. Ooh, that's pretty good. The Milano, add a member of the Guardians crew. So, oh wow. So this I feel like is gonna pair really well with Major Victory. So you're getting like 3 Guardians cards. Yeah. This could be kind of good. And then we've got the limited time modes. So Grand Arena Sanctum Showdown. You'll be able to purchase each premium event pass. Wait. Grand Arena and Sanctum Showdown. 40 as the... Okay. If speed is the playstyle you seek in these modes, you'll be able to purchase each premium event pass for 800 gold, which will automatically give you Index P from 0 to 10 to level 10, which is pretty huge. And then it just explains, oh, we're getting new champions. Yeah, because Grand Arena. Choose from 8 of your favorite champions as the Grand Arena returns. Play and progress on the reward track to unlock the new Series 4 card, Major Victory, and other fantastic rewards. Grand Arena will be available on February 19th, or 12th through the 19th. Server reset, and then Sanctum Showdown. And then this just shows a whole bunch of new albums. We got some shop takeovers. And then yep. Yeah, just a bunch of variant stuff. And there it is. So now, while we're here, let's take a look at the balance updates that just dropped today. So, balance update January 29th. Hey folks, today we're going to be nerfing Shulao, which came in a touch too hot, as well as shave some additional outliers. After that, we'll be handing out some buffs, including a recent underperforming card, and making our regularly scheduled small adjustments to the move deck. Let's get to it. So yes, you heard right. Shulao is getting a nerf. Now, it's not necessarily an ability change, but it's more so power change. So he's going from a 5'8" down to a 5'6", which, I mean, that's not too bad. I don't really see this as a crazy nerf. I mean, does it suck that he's not as like crazy powerful? Not that much. I mean, it's only 2 power less. Now, if they would have made him like a 5'4", yeah, I think that would have taken me off a little bit. But no, this is not bad. Shulao has been consistently one of the highest and most winning cards since its release. Overall, we've been happy with the card, given that it asks a medium-sized question of players with an exciting reward of a bunch of numbers and an additional agency of where to produce it. That said, it is granting a lot of power, and the ability to allocate in 2 different locations gives Shulao a distinct advantage over other large number options. We like that Shulao requires deck building distinctions, but not too much, which has been a misstep we've had on some other conditional cards in recent seasons. We're choosing to take 2 base power away from Shulao, rather than reducing his power grant to 2 plus 2 per 2 cards played. We want to keep the payoff strong, and reduce the strength of 2 location pressures that Shulao provides. This might seem like a very modest nerf of Shulao to some, but we've got some other changes coming up. Surely that we think will make some smaller impact on Shulao's performance. We're going to start here and see if Shulao's win rate gets into a much reasonable range for long term. So yeah, I don't think it's that bad. My boy Maverick, as soon as I get the card, they nerf him. Well, yeah, they nerf him, which is kind of a shame. No, but that's still fine. It's not crazy. Oops. I don't think it's as bad as it really seems, y'all. Like, in my opinion, I don't think Maverick is what? Yeah. 3-3-2. Maverick's ability to multiply buffs alongside the level of agency he gives players to scale has overperformed relatively to our expectations. We don't love this nerf, but we'd like to avoid adjusting Maverick's cost if possible. Yes, please. Maverick is a beast. Now, Merlin, I think it was what? I know Merlin recently got a change, but one of his skills, Omniversal Presence, instead of it giving him Instead of giving Merlin +2, it's now +1. Which, again, Not bad. It wasn't really all that crazy.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna pasta ready.
Okay. Deafening Chord. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm really vibing with it. So its ability says on reveal, affect an enemy card here that costs 3 less or less power with -1 power, and remove its text. Now it just says on reveal, remove the text of an enemy card. Remove the text of an enemy 3 cost or lower character here. This, I don't know. Before release, we suspected Deafening Chord could be sufficiently strong without its -1 power affliction. But we decided to keep it due to the strength of many cards that it targets at the time. Given Chord's win rate, we're happy to remove the affliction now that we've taken action against various outliers, including Merlin, Victoria Hand, Human Torch, and Maverick. Oh no. Maverick is... Oh, crap. No, that means my boy Maverick could be disabled. No. Ooh. I mean, he probably still... Well... No. Had to kind of take a step back because it was obvious. It's obviously going to happen, but I think not taking like the removing the power, like reducing the power. I don't think it's crazy. Spider Ham, he's now on 1-1, so we're not gonna go into detail for that. Colonel of America. This one's interesting. So this dude is now a 3/4, so he got a little buff, which is cool. Doom 2099 is now a 4/6. And then Lindley Iron Fist, he's now a 2/3. And then his Sword of Fushi, it goes from his original ability, ongoing. If Lindley Iron Fist is here, he has +7 power. He has +8? 8 power? What? Why did I miss out on this guy? Okay, I gotta save a token so I can try to pull for this man. Are you kidding me? +8 power? What is the Lindley right now? Let me check for a second. Hold on. What is his power? Cause this dude... Oh my god. Because what is Lindley currently? He's a 2/3. 3. That's 11 power. Are you? And then on top of that, hold on. On top of that, if you have an onslaught. Oh my goodness. Oh my. No, this dude's scary. Are you kidding? Oh man, that is absolutely insane. We think Lindley has the potential to be very fun, but he has a very specific ask. Very specific ask. Necessitating a move or bounce variant. Both decks we'd view as becoming more fun if they were interested in including Lindley. So we're trying to give a little more juice for the squeeze. Allocating 2 total additional points when you complete his quest for getting him to his sword's location. Topaz is now a 2-3. Oh, so he's cheaper. Because I remember, yeah, he used to be a 3 cost. And now he is a 2-3, which, This, To be a little too clunky for most move decks. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe with him being a 2, I might. Yeah, I feel like that might be he might be incorporated in more decks more. And then it just says, that's all for today. Enjoy the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy season, and happy snapping. So there it is, folks. That is everything you need to know about the OTA and the new season coming up. So that's going to be the end of the episode. No gameplays for today, but I promise you we will be back on it. Back on the gameplays, back on the deck building. In fact, I'm probably going to get rid of a bunch of decks and maybe make another one. I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. Don't forget to like and sub. Turn on those post notifications so you'll know when I upload. And please, if you're new, like I said, like and sub. And also, let me know your thoughts on this video. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Peace.